Hi everyone, it's Lisa, and today on DoodleDrawArt we're going to make a ladybug charm. I also have on my channel some other charms including strawberry and heart and a bumblebee and some others. If you'd like to check them out, just click on my name and you can see them. So what we're going to use for this project is our loom set up in the staggered position and black elastics and red. So we're going to start off with our black bands and we're going to load the ladybug's head. We'll put one band here and one band here and one band here, and then we're going to place two bands going from the center one here out to the side and two bands going from the side into the middle. And the same thing going from this other side. We'll place two bands going from here to the side and two bands going back in to the center. Okay, so that's it for our ladybug's head and his antennae. And now we're going to make the body. So we're going to place two red bands from here coming out, two more from here, and two more out to here. Now we're going to come back to this end and we'll place two going to the side, and I'm actually just going to push my work down a little bit here. This is going to get a little messy. This little section, this is what makes this one a little bit challenging, is that when we come back through here we're going to have to dig around to find these bands. So if I just make sure that they're layered in nicely at this point, kind of not overlapping each other too much, that will make my job easier. Alright, so I've got two going this way and two more and two more, and these last two will come in towards the center like this. And now going the other way, this is what I'm talking about. This one right here is going to have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 bands on it. Wow, that's a lot of bands. Okay, so then this way out to the side, two more going this way, two more going this way, and last two coming in towards the center. Alright, and now we are going to place bands that go across in this direction. And what we're going to do is we're going to use red bands. So grab a few more. We're going to use red bands going across like this. So I'm going to place just one band here. Actually, I'm going to place one band in the middle. And then for these other two, I'm going to continue to use one red band, but I'm going to do something a little tricky, and I'm going to load two black bands on. So what I'm going to do is load this one onto my hook by looping it around 3 times. You see I've got it on here, wrapped 3 times, and I'm going to do that again with a second black band. So once, twice, and 3 times on my hook. And now I'm going to put these two black bands on this red band. So what I'm going to do is use my finger to help me with this. I'm just going to put the red band on here and I'm going to hook it, pull it tight. And now I'm going to just gently, this can be tricky, sometimes elastic bands go flying, hop them over onto the red without pulling them off this hook. So it's the best idea is really just to kind of push them up over from below while still holding this tight. It might take some practice. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to place the part that's on my hook on this peg, and I'm going to place the part that's on my finger on that peg. And then I'm just going to move these so that they're not right beside each other, so that they're separated, one close to one side and one close to the other side. I'm going to do the same thing on here. So I'm going to put a red one on my finger and two black ones on my hook, looped over 3 times. Now I'm going to load these two black bands onto the red one by holding it nice and tight and pulling it over. This really does take a fair bit of coordination, so don't be disappointed if you have to practice this a few times. So now I'm going to do the same thing, put the hook end on one peg and the finger end on the other peg, and then just divide these so that one of my black bands is on one side and the other of my black bands is on the other. Just slide them over like this. These are going to be the spots on my ladybug, so you want to make sure that they're spread apart. I like to try to keep them in little balls too, not too stretched out. Alright, so now we need a capping band on the end, so I'm just going to loop this on the end. I'm going to wrap it around 3 times so that it holds nice and tight. And now we are ready to hook our ladybug. So I'm going to turn my work around, and I'm going to start off by locating the bands from within this end and working them up towards the ladybug's head. So what I'm going to do is look at my capping band and find the 2 bands that are going off to one side. So I'm just going to reach inside here, pull those 3 capping bands out of the way, and then grab with my hook 2 bands that go to the right. So I have grabbed 1 band that goes to the right, and I see there's another one right here, so I'm going to go back and get that one. Pull it through all those capping bands and then off to the side, just like that. And now I'm going to do the same thing to get the ones that are on the side here, and also the ones that are coming up from the center. So I've just got them staggered now so I can grab them easily, and I'm just going to reach all the way under, grab those 2, take them off, and bring them up to the middle. You can tell which ones you're working with by the fact that they're making a nice little teardrop shape. Okay, now I just have these 2 left inside my capping band, so again, just going to reach underneath my capping band, grab those 2, pull them off to the side, just like that. Okay, so now I am ready to work my way up to the top and up through the middle and up to the top. So now what I'm going to do is take this bottom one out from this whole bunch of layers, take those bottom 2 and hook them forward. Again, I have a nice teardrop shape. Come underneath here, find these 2 here, grab those 2, hook them forward. And again, going underneath all of these, finding those 2, hooking them into the neck. And now I'll do the same thing up the other side, starting here. I'm going to find these 2 underneath this big bunch of red ones. From underneath, coming up. Always looking for a teardrop shape. And again, bottom 2 into the middle. Okay, so we're finished now with the body of the ladybug on the outsides, and we just have to do this middle. So I've got this one hooked up here. You see the teardrop. Now I'm just going to reach inside, find those bottom 2, bring them up. Again, bottom 2, bring them up. Now this is where things really start to get tricky, is that the next thing we need to hook are these black ones here, and they are piled underneath all of these red ones, which we have to work through. So what we're going to do is we're going to reach our hook under, and we're going to find 2 bands that come from the same direction. So let me see here. I see those 2. It's a little hard for me to work here, so I'm trying to keep the camera angle for you. I really want to do this off camera. Alright, I see those 2 are still there. I believe I have these 2. Yes, okay, these 2 go to the side like this. Now I've got 2 less to worry about. Now I'll come down under again, get these 2, pull them off and take them. They came from this side, and I can tell I'm doing a good job because every time I've done this now, I've ended up with teardrops. Now I have to come up to this last one. This is just a single band, and I up we go. Okay, now we're going to hook the last of the head by finding these bottom ones. And again, I'm just trying to work my way to find those at the very bottom, so that's nice and lined up now. Put my hook through and find those two. Sometimes people complain on my videos that it didn't work for them. Well, sometimes it doesn't work for me. Usually the reason is because I did something out of order, or one of my bands didn't hook over and I thought it did. Oh, just like now, okay? Grabbing it with my thumb, catching it because I was gonna lose that one. Didn't quite make it over. Okay, that was just a demonstration. I didn't really mean to do that, but it was good timing. So now these two up here are going to help me finish off my work, and they're going to also be the antennae for my ladybug. So I'm just going to reach under and grab one of them. And whichever one I grab will be the first one. So here I go, pulling tight. I see you see the one that's cinching in here? It's going to be this one. I couldn't really tell by looking, but I could tell as soon as I pulled. And now I'm going to get this one also underneath all of this. And then pull and bring it to the side here. Now what I'm going to do is pull the bottom one over the top one and into the middle. Same thing here. Find the bottom one, pull it over the top one and into the middle. And now I'm going to pull both of these tight. I'm going to take them off. I'm going to tighten them because this is going to make the antennae for my ladybug, and they need to be tight because it's actually finishing off my work. So there's the two antennae, and I'm ready to take my ladybug off and hope that it works. So I'm pretty sure it will because all of my teardrop shapes looked great. And I'm just going to remove this, pulling tightly, hoping not break any elastics. Try not to pull too hard. Bringing them all the way off. I did it. Yay me. So you see this one's a little loopier, mostly because it wasn't pulled evenly. So if I just pull on these other black ones, it'll shorten that one up a little. It must have gotten stretched out a bit. This is the nature of rubber. Elastic, as we call it here in Canada. And I'm just going to tighten this up. Again, this one you can see it's a little loopy. If you really wanted these to be tight, you could loop them 4 times. That would guarantee that they would be more, what's the word? Compact. All right, much better. All right, so I did that just to show you that they don't always look exactly like you want them to as soon as you remove it from the loom. I mean, just stretched it like crazy. And all this little finish work is going to make it nicer looking in the end. It'll be worth it. So just take your time to pull everything out the way you expected it to look. And then I always flip it over and see if it looks good on both sides. And it does. So this is my ladybug. I hope you made one too. If you have some requests, please leave them in the comment section. And if you enjoyed this video, please click like. And I would love it if you would comment and subscribe. Thanks for watching.